All right, my name is Matt Boots.
And I'm Hovv. Green Lounge LA.
They think violence, but when you go out to anywhere else, it's nothing about that. Everybody thinking about making money and how to go make money.
People were starting to come together, so then they had to figure out another way to divide. I mean, their main thing is divide and conquer for that as well.
So, because I do events as well, but not on Yellow, of course. But Monday, right? Green Lounge LA, Mad Boots Entertainment, and Angel Clubhouse Empire presents The Struggle. I'm Hovv and
P Smoove.
So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be chopping it up with P Smoove as we going to see what his experience is like as he's began to grace mic after mic, stage after stage throughout the city, all the way from Alabama, all the way from the other side of the Mississippi. So, let's get to it, man. What's going on? What made your butt say, you know what, I'm leaving my home, I'm going all the way to Hollywood, and I'm going to try to rap? What's going on, man?
Well, the initial part of leaving the crib is just Alabama, homie. It's Alabama, and I just felt there was so much more out there and bigger than Alabama. But
Okay.
I ended up coming to San Diego through the military.
Okay.
And
so you was at Camp Pendleton?
Nah, I was at 32nd Street. I mean, not 32nd Street, but yeah, 32nd Street. I'm sorry.
Okay.
32nd Street, yeah. So I was at 32nd Street Navy.
All right.
You know what I mean? And then, I just kind of started doing music after I got out of the Navy, and it led to pretty much me being here.
So, what the hell was you thinking to go from a pension to rapping? What made you say I could have a career at shooting people legally?
Because I never, honestly, the Navy was something that I chose to do.
Why'd you choose the Navy too?
Well,
That's the hardest one to pass.
And that's what I'm saying, because most of my people, my family members were all in the Navy.
Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
it was like almost a no-brainer, because everybody was in my ear, and once I said anything about the military, like, I know how my mama is. My mama gonna call everybody, hear everybody up. So now I got all my cousins in my ear. I heard you trying to join the military, cuz. Like, the Navy, man, the Navy is this and that, the third. But mind you, this is the Navy before I got in. So this one, it was the fun Navy. They telling me about the fun Navy.
Yeah, y'all go straight first, right?
Navy. But no, the Marines go first.
Yeah, y'all drop us off.
The Marines. yeah, that part. But hey, that's all we do. We drive you home. We
Get
drive
the hell
out.
out.
That part. It ain't no drive by. We gonna drive you
drop
home.
off.
We finna keep pushing. But
Yeah, my fam. I'm not a Marine, but I got a lot of family that's Marine.
Oh
like,
yeah,
brother.
bro.
All
Hey, so much respect to the I would say to the brothers and sisters, to everybody that's in the military.
Yeah.
But, absolutely for our brothers and sisters, man, because we already know what we've been through, especially in this country, and we still continue to serve and defend this land, because this is our land. And I know a lot of people tell you that we all came from Africa. That's like one of the biggest lies and myths that we all know. Like, we did all come from Africa initially, but when it comes down to it, like, we had already occupied this land, homie. So don't let them people tell you that we not.
You know what's crazy?
You know
We all got Instagram, right?
For sure.
So you dancing around the term what they call Aboriginal.
Oh,
Right,
Aboriginal.
you sure did dance. You pussyfooted.
Like
they used to say you pussyfooted all around the term, bro.
All around it.
All right, so yeah, I think we all know about Aboriginal. You know what's crazy about Aboriginal though? What I don't like,
What's
right?
that?
The linguistics of that term.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you saying ab,
Means to subtract almost.
not the normal.
Okay.
So if you're the original man, anywhere you go, you original.
Uh-huh.
Why all of a sudden they term the darker species Aboriginal?
Because they had to.
That's
They
a
had-
slight.
They had, because it was a subtraction. It was.
You feel me?
They had to kind of remove us from being who we really are. That's what the whole white supremacy is about.
Right.
It's to get us to not know who we are and to keep us as distant as possible, no matter what kind of story they need to create and make up. So they had to do that in order to get us to make sure
Now,
we never come into who we
You know
really
what's
are.
crazy? Right. Okay, so Chippewa Native American and African American.
Okay.
All right.
That's right.
So back in the day, they called Negro to both Native and African, right?
Absolutely.
Because they were from the land.
Absolutely.
They didn't differentiate at that time.
Yeah.
Right? You wasn't a nigga yet. Both of y'all was niggas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's how they
exactly.
did. And if you go look at documents and know your history and you really go historically, they did.
Yeah.
They called them both. So what's interesting now is people are still stuck on what they did in the past, and right now they've made the whole nation a slave.
Oh yeah.
So while we still thinking of trying to get reparations, they didn't already enslave the middle class. They didn't enslave everybody.
Now. It's classism.
Yeah.
It's a pure, complete classism now. Because what they did is once they figured out they controlled the people, then they started seeing the people were starting to come together. So then they had to figure out another way to divide. I mean, you know, their main thing is divide and conquer.
Right.
So they have to create as many divisions as possible. That's why if you look into hip hop, there are hundreds of divisions just within the hip hop community alone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It is.
Just within that community, and they're using that because they know. So I saw something today that Michael Jackson said. These lyrics that we speak. The lyrics that we speak of, everything musically, these things that we say are mantras. It's just like mantras.
Let's get to it, right? Because on the struggle, we talk about. Mainly, we do artists and independent businesses, owners, or small business owners, as you would call them, that go through the struggle, right?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about music, because right now, music is struggling, right?
Goodness.
So on one side, we have people that says they're talking about spirituality. Like, what's the dude? I Am Will or Will I Am?
Will I Am.
Will I Am. You got people like Pharaoh.
Pharoah Monch.
Munch, correct.
Okay.
And then you got you got a lot right now. What's
KRS-One.
What's the sweetheart lady that's famous right now? Hi, I'm from outer space. I got universe in my blood. The Milky Way is in my veins. She has like
Not Erica Badu.
No. She's like a TikTok influencer that does it. But if you listen to her lyrics, she's talking about it as well, right? What do you think this is going to go from here? Are we going to go back to KRS-One days and actually start talking the math again? And everybody be like, yo, B, what's the math? What's the science for today? Or what do you see the future of this music and hip-hop going?
It really depends, man, because I think one of the main problems that we have within the hip-hop community is that we focus a lot on the people who are not ready and who are not understanding the things that are going on. So most of the woke people are in conflict with the people that are not woke.
Well, how can you be in conflict with people if you woke?
Exactly, because they're not actually woke.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, and I was just speaking on that. That's why it's hard for me to really kind of join organizations because it's like a whole pissing contest. Because you got too many people trying to show off how smart they really are. And instead of really having that common ground and that commonality to say, let's focus on this.
You know why, right?
With this.
You know, right? That's a cultural thing.
Oh, well, I mean, bro, that's
no.
and conquer.
Let's break this down. Let's break this down, right? I was reading a book. Excuse me, people. I still do that.
You were what?
I was reading a book.
You were reading?
Yeah, I put down my Instagram for a second. I was reading a book. I smoke weed while I read books, though. So let's keep it 100. So I was smoking, right? Because what I read hits me more.
Yeah,
like I
sure.
fully digest it.
Absolutely.
So they were saying that, like in the community, in the African American community, we have a big problem with calling somebody a boss or the chief and submitting to authority, etc.
Yeah.
But it's not so much that. In our African heritage, it was the principles that led the community.
Exactly.
Because even today, we'll get you off the principle, not the $5.
Yeah,
it wasn't about the $5.
Exactly.
I got about $10 in my. I at least got 50. But it's the principle that you playing with my $5, right?
For sure.
So I think that is why we do that.
Yeah, because
while we don't submit to no organization or anything like that, we like I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah, I mean because the thing is we do have a lot of organizations and there has been a lot of organizations. There have been a lot of organizations that we have been involved with. One of the main things about that is not really paying attention to the people within the organizations
Principles
and really
over personalities.
Yeah, exactly. So like I was speaking about earlier, we more focusing on trying to prove our knowledge and what we know instead of actually focus on the people who want to gain and attain this knowledge. So we're trying to prove to these people or trying to shut the people down who are the naysayers instead of just letting the naysayers be the naysayers and strictly focusing on the people who want to be involved in the movement, what's going to be the forward progression of the people. So we're not really focusing on that like that. So we moving around in a way to where we're just almost like a chicken with their head cut off. I'm not sure if you remember that term, if you heard of that term, but it's like cut the chicken head off and they just running around all crazy. And that's kind of like what we're doing, because at this point we don't have a solid head.
Are we?
Yes, we are, because we don't have it. Think about this.
Are we though?
This.
Hold on, okay. A lot of people. I love to disprove points, especially in the black community.
Absolutely.
The point being, one of them. I was talking about this earlier off screen. They like to say that black folks don't do business with your family. My brother. You feel me? They say that we always late. Well, that's never late. Never late, bro.
Yeah.
So those things that are said, I think really is not true anymore. I think there's a new wave, because let's look at it. Obama, right, became president, but how many times do you go on your TikTok and people are talking about financial literacy and U.S. nationalism and not being a U.S. citizen anymore? How many times are you seeing people talking about loans and small businesses?
You see it a lot. You kind of see it a lot right now.
So for that to exist, we doing something.
Yeah, but at the same time, you do have to understand the people who do oppose to that, because that is a supremacy construct. That is a white supremacy construct, a promissory note. You know what I mean? Like, all this money is ruled off of one promissory note. It's one promissory note that controls all the money, that all the money falls up under. You know what I mean? So it's one promissory note that has no essential significant value to anything. If everything, if the money,
if the
money was to go, if money didn't matter at all no more, if everything was just shut down, I forgot the one movie, but if everything was just shut down, everything was to shut down, what can $2 billion do for you? If everything was just shut down, what can $2 billion do for you right now?
Be specific about what's shutting down, because
everything.
I still can buy something with this money.
No. So let's say all the systems shut down and everything reset. So now you have no way of calculating this sort of income. And now,
yes, I do. I know how to count to $2 million.
You can, but I mean as society as a whole, because right now we're talking about.
Hold on. You say if everything was to shut down, right? Let's be real clear. Yeah. It's every man for himself at that point. If I can count $2 million, it's not my point to worry about society. At this point, I am eligible to become the new leader. So at that point,
you're eligible to become the new leader because of what?
If everything shuts down, everybody in the world would be eligible who has the knowledge and is worthy would become eligible.
Exactly. So your $2 billion mean nothing if you don't have that knowledge. If your $2 billion came off the back of slaves, guess who has the most important? Guess who has the biggest value at that time? The people who have the knowledge.
Do they still got the slaves though?
Oh no, but
they ain't got the 2 million slaves. I was gonna say.
Listen, if the money is gone, listen. If the money is gone, you have no power. Now you have no power. You have no value. The money, your entire value
that's not necessarily correct.
I'm just saying.
Let me tell you something.
I'm just saying. Listen,
Pete, let me tell you something.
Value is based on money.
What did my nigga Dolph say? Dolph said, "Dumb niggas ain't rich. Rich niggas ain't dumb."
Yeah.
Okay, so we play a game in life. It's called the financial game. Right. So
absolutely.
So people who are financially literate have money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your money really is the point. Or just in your bank account's the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So based off what you know, you can take, like, one person may know not what to do with a string of metal.
Sure.
One person may have the knowledge and the tools to turn it into a spring and make that same piece of metal now worth hundreds of dollars. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you can't talk to me and tell me you smart if you broke.
No. Okay. No. I get you. No. Listen. I completely get you. I understand what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
But at the same time, what I'm telling you is what is the
essential
value.
That being said, you saying that if I lose my $2 million,
not necessarily,
will I still have my power?
Necessarily.
Absolutely. You know why I got that $2 million? Because people believed in me. Why did they believe me? Because of the knowledge I had and the power they see me. How they see me use my knowledge and create power.
Some people,
because they didn't just follow me for no reason. And that $2 million didn't just pop up. I had to create a system, a business, and a way to get it. And to keep it coming, and to keep them happy.
You're right. And
so they submitted to my system.
Exactly. So
created by my knowledge.
So let me ask you a question.
That emphasizes my power. So the money is just the proof that I got power.
Absolutely.
So I'm still gonna be that nigga. Is what I'm saying.
So let me ask you this question.
Even without the money though.
But let me ask you this question. So if your money come from you doing some old conniving, devious stuff, what type of morals does your money have? What type of morals does your power have? If everything was to go down and now it's strictly off of what you know and what you understand of how to move.
If I specifically made my money from doing evil deeds.
Yes.
Well, I hate this.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Okay, we're gonna be real.
Let's look at the people that they impact.
I'm gonna hit you for real though, because I came from 1984.
But let me ask you this:
drug dealers would say somebody was gonna do it.
No, exactly. And why do you think that? Why do you think that happened? Because when
there's a good, there's a bad. This is a world with dualities.
Drug dealers say that because somebody had already
done it before.
A construct.
Right.
It's already a construct that's been created. So in order to get this money, you have to fall within the social construct of what's going on. You have to, because these people, just like they say, as far as
you have to.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Come on now. I mean, let's be real.
No, you don't.
Let's
be realistic.
No, I mean, not saying you absolutely have to.
I was just gonna say, because that was a lack mentality. That's a mindset of lack.
Not saying you.
Because that's like saying because I got money, I'm evil.
But listen to what I'm saying though. No. Be
careful, because you slide right onto that.
No, I'm not, because you got to give me an opportunity to put it out. So what I'm saying is, if the way that you get your money.
All right.
If the way that the majority of the people on this earth right now, the billionaires, or the richest people, the wealthiest people, like right now in America,
we can't speak on them. How many billionaires do you know?
Well, okay, no, it ain't even about
No. Are we just gonna make up imaginary situations?
Okay, let's not worry about the ones we don't know. Let's talk about the ones we do know.
We can't talk about billionaires because we talk about millionaires.
Let's talk about the ones we do know.
We can talk about millionaires because one just left. But from the millionaires you know, the one that just left the room, was he negative or positive?
Oh no, that's a guy that we can all look at and we can kind of value, and we can.
Do you see what I'm saying here? Is we've been taught that people with money are negative, but in reality, when we meet people that actually have money, totally different from what the hell we saying in public. But we are perpetuating on ourselves that because it gives us an excuse for lack of performance.
So those people.
Because somebody who failing can always say it's somebody else's fault.
So those people that say that will be shallow. Those are absolutely shallow people who will say that.
Right.
Who just completely just chalk it up to you got to be evil to get this money.
Yeah.
Those are shallow people. Yeah. So what I mean to the people who are logical, who are really looking at things and accepting and receiving things for the way that they are.
Okay.
They would take things on a as needed or as a need to know basis or whatever, as you may say.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is those people that are in the 1% who they always talk about, the Rothschilds and this and that, the third. What is it that keeps those people thriving at their peak? It's the subjugation of everybody else. The subjugation of everyone else. Hold on. Listen. Now think about this.
Who do they submit to though?
The pharmaceutical. They don't submit to anybody. It's the promissory no. But listen, what I'm telling you is the pharmaceutical.
If you read legalese, they submit to the Roman Catholic Church.
Okay, yeah, you exactly. No.
So that goes to show you there ain't nobody at that top.
I'm glad you said that because
and there's three different popes, right? The white, the black, and the gray pope, right?
Who are their deities though? Who are their deities? Those Roman.
There's a
Roman
black
Catholic
Jesus,
Church.
from what I heard.
All right, and what are we giving? So what are the masses giving? What are the masses giving?
Your slave master. I mean,
what are the white giving? I mean, what are the
Jesus?
Exactly.
Jesus.
We're giving the white. We're giving the white guy. We're giving the white guy the blind hair.
Yeah, you're not giving Yeshua.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's crazy? What they did to us? You know what's crazy? I was watching this on Instagram the other day too, on my mama, and I was like, man, that's for real. You know how like if your name is John in English, it's John in another language.
John.
But in most languages, your name is your name.
Yeah.
How'd you get? Sure. You know, they refuse to just go ahead and give him, and this is supposed to be that guy. You feel me?
They didn't even call him. They didn't even call him Jeshua.
You see how disrespectful we are as humans? You can really be the guy, and we still gonna change your name to fit us. No,
Kanye West closer to Jesus. He Jesus. That's closer to Yeshua. Yeshua.
Exactly.
Than the Jesus that they give us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you got to think about it. You got to think
let me
about
ask you
where all
this.
of this come from.
As we've been talking about this, how do you get this out in your message and your music and your life? Because I see.
Yeah. So at that point, it's really about opening up that dialogue, opening up the conversation, so we can have these sort of conversations. These conversations.
People are doing this. If you listen to Jay-Z, he said your Lord is a draconian.
Yeah.
On the album God Did, on the song God Did. He said, the Lord, the God you worshiping is a draconian.
I completely missed that. I didn't even
see people sleeping, man. Is y'all listening to beats or what?
That.
Come on, man.
I missed that. No, I mean, at this point, yes. That's all you can listen to. Like, man, what substance do you have to listen to anything that's going on right now, other than these underground people that very few people know about, and this gets spread around by word of mouth, which is the natural order.
Once again, who fought us that though, bruh?
No, hey, bruh, it's
our fault for listening.
But it's not literally.
It ain't a but.
No, it ain't our fault, because you got to think about it, homie.
Okay.
If you got to provide for your family, homie, and the only way to provide for your little girl, like say I want to say a child, but a little girl, to me it means more because I have girls, and I know how the difference will be for me having a boy to girls. I'm a protector. Like, I'm a protector wholeheartedly, no matter what. Any woman that I see around or whatever, I'm a protector. You know what I mean? So at that point, when you're looking at it from a place of you have your kids, you have the people that are dependent on you.
So you saying I never. Okay, see, this is where I think when we start growing up as people, like when we start seeing people, like, so most people grow up in the church, right?
Yeah.
And then you become an adult, and then you see where we as adults start putting that Bible stuff to the side, and be saying, well, I gotta sell dope.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. No, you didn't.
I got you.
No, you didn't. I mean, you may have done it. You feel me?
No, you
and
decided
it may be
to.
understandable.
That was your choice. You decided to do that.
I don't have to do nothing evil, and I said that because I don't have to do nothing evil to achieve my goal.
You don't have to.
Now, if I was put in a position, well, I had to, well, I'm gonna kill a nigga that's making me trying to.
That's right.
That's really what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
God, and that's really what I'm supposed to do.
And is that happening though?
No, because niggas want to stay alive.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. Like nobody's really following the natural, universal order of how things are.
Well, you got another perspective of that, because some people would say, well, why would I die for a cause that's no longer around? But I do got to take care of these kids, though.
No, because that cause is always around. That cause is never left. The only thing is it has been changed and reconstructed.
Would you say it's still alive?
Oh, bro, it's absolutely, bro. That the natural law would never leave.
Right.
The only thing is that the people is what is being constructed and being accepted by society, and that's what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with what's being accepted and what's being pushed into the society. As black people, we already know we're gonna do whatever it needs to be done to survive. Even in Africa, like you look at a lot of these people in Africa right now, you got a lot of these kings and stuff are doing some.
You know what I like
stuff.
about Africa right now?
They're doing some shady stuff though.
You know what I like about Africa right now?
For power.
No.
That's nothing. There's nothing.
You know what I like about Africa right now? They're trying to become the United States of Africa.
Yeah, that's what Marshall Garvey is preaching.
And then on top of that, the Ghanaian president,
yeah,
said that African Americans can come home and get a second citizenship.
Yeah.
So,
but
I think that's beautiful.
But think about this: everything that you know is right here, and then at the same time, I've been like ever since I was a kid, bro. I used to see all these these videos of the kids, the kids, they need just 35 cents a day. Like everything that I ever seen about Africa, I haven't seen not one person that looks anything like any of the people around me. And that was another thing.
Have you been home yet?
Oh no, I haven't been there. But I have done a lot of research and a lot of studying on the tribes, just looking at the different people that are there. So you do have a lot of people who do resemble a lot of the things that we have. But if you really look at these tribes, a lot of those people look nothing like the tribes of the people in America. And if you look into America, homie, these are indigenous people of this earth.
You got like the Cherokee. You got pictures of it. You can't deny it no more. Right?
You can't deny it at all.
Because
but the thing is, it's not even though
the internet made sure you couldn't do that no more.
Even though you can't deny it, it's still not being taught and it's not being accepted in the masses as it should be. So that's why our people are still subjugated in the way that they are, and they're still creating this more divide of and just like I do agree, racism.
I don't think it's not no
racism
more.
Was created, homie. Racism was created.
Correct.
Racism was absolutely created. Black, white, all that was created. All that stuff was created.
Right.
We never looked at it like that. It was a national thing. It was a moral thing. So I didn't like your morals, like the way that you carry things, like the way that you treat this woman over here, the way that you treat these kids. We don't agree with that. So that's where our divisions came in at. But it didn't come just because, hey, like right now you're light. Now I'm dark. We don't agree with each other because you're light and I'm dark. There's no way I could ever be cool or friends with you because you're light and I'm dark. That's a society and that's what we're living in right now. Exactly. But it's never been like, even as our people, like as bad as we've been done, we still don't completely wholeheartedly believe that every white man is a devil, because if you look at it, a lot of those white people laid their lives down the line for
Absolutely.
us as well.
Absolutely.
So that's why I keep trying to tell people, use your discernment.
And then, if you want to keep it real, all the way real, some of them were slaves too.
Oh yeah. Well,
No. It was documented.
The original word slave is
Slavic.
Slovakian. It was Slavic. So those are white people.
No, I'm talking about the ones here. There was some here too.
There was a different over here was a different label. This was chattel slavery.
No. Let me be very clear. Let me say this again for those in the back. There were white slaves in chattel slavery too. Let's not get it fucked up. Was it as much as black people? Hell no.
And it's still, but it was still a division to where they would never be treated.
It was
as
house.
such.
That's what the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you get the pretty much the indentured servitude.
And then you had the octamaroons and all that.
Freedom out type situation. We weren't able to really do that for a long time, for hundreds of years. We weren't able to just purchase our slavery. I mean, in some areas you were able to.
So my question: do you think hip hop is going to help fix that? Because that's what it came around as, an expression for the community to get off our aggression, to talk about what our plights are without being judged, and just go ahead and deal with our emotions in a positive manner. Is hip hop ready to heal? Some say it's dead. I don't think it was ever dead. I think it was growing. It was going through a maturing process.
It's never done any of that. It was just these people who had control were controlling what was being put out. We always had those people who wanted to receive those positive messages. So what they did was they controlled the people. They saw what we gravitated to, and they understood, like what I said Michael Jackson was saying. These are mantras. Music is a mantra. Like when you let people who you go to a white club and they got the EDM music, they ain't thinking about nothing, whether they on drugs or not. They just all over the place, glow sticks everywhere, and they just loving life in those moments, because this is an energy. And that's why, even as back before there was sound systems and all of that, you talking about people who had actually were speaking, telling stories through music. Like still in Africa right now, you can go over there and then you can have a whole day full of whatever, and at nighttime this is where they're gonna tell the stories, and the stories just the drums do. Then you got a dude out here dancing, telling the story, and you got another guy telling the story, and the guy is reenacting the story, and then other people come and react to the story. These are mantras. These are things that I've always. This is in our soul. This is where we are soulful beings.
So let me ask you this: your newest song, does it reflect this knowledge?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the name of that newest song?
Absolutely. The newest song is called Gentrification.
Good.
So the song before that, prior to that, was called Freedom.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that was like the.
Now, what kind of freedom you talking about?
I'm talking about freedom.
Talk about it. What kind of freedom? Because I got the freedom to go
talking about natural
to the store right now, but I ain't free.
I'm talking about natural born freedom, natural rights, humanity, humane system.
What is a human?
A human is a hue. Man, is a person that is of this universe, of this earth.
No, because hue is a word that means colored. Right?
Exactly.
If you break down hue, man, it really means colored man.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's hue. It's the hue. Like when they say the darkness of the hue. Like your hue. When people talk about the certain darkness is the hue, or certain textures or
or contrast and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. It's about the hue of it. You know what I mean? So the hue man is that's the hue, and then the man, we are the man. We are the man. We are the original man.
So when you was talking on freedom, right? Were you talking about citizenship, U.S. nationalism? Were you talking about financial freedom? What kind of freedom? Because you have a lot of people today talking about different type of freedoms. What were you talking about?
Yes, everything you said. Yes, keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going about different things of freedom.
I think honestly, if you free your spirit, everything else comes.
Yes. And that's literally what freedom is about. Freedom is about understanding who you are, what's going on in the world, and knowing where you are being subjugated, where you are being confined, and to break those shackles and to understand that we need to be free and we need to move in those universal laws.
Where'd you start your freedom? Or your quest to it.
Bro, it's always, bro, this is something that's been in my soul for the longest. I've always, like, you know, a lot of people say you got to fit in. That's why what has been my downfall for a long time before I came into consciousness of who I am. But always trying to fit in instead of understand I would never fit in when you stand out. Once you stand out, bro, you will never be able to fit in because you think different. Everything about you is so different. There's nothing that you can do to fit in. If you do fit into these people, that's the worst thing that can possibly happen to you. Exactly like what Jay-Z said. The worst thing that you can do is become successful as somebody that you're not. So you got to wake up every day and put on the show. You got to wake up on every day. Okay, I got to remember to do this. I got to remember to do that. Okay, I remember this. So
right.
You got to. So now you have to. You're forced to be
everything you're not.
Exactly. But freedom is to be everything that you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you accepting that and knowing that no matter what, the people who should accept you are the people who you should be around. The people you are around are the people who will accept you.
So let's talk about it because you was talking about how music are mantras.
Yeah.
Right? And then I don't know if you seen what's his brother's name from Hustle and Flow? What's his real name? Terrence Howard's talking about resonant frequency.
Yeah. Oh man, that dude. Look, he. I'm sorry.
I was like, I loved him in Hustle and Flow.
Yeah.
But when I found out dude was a genius,
bro.
he became so much more interesting in me.
Homie. Yeah, for real. Same here, homie.
Right. When he was talking about multi-dimensions and he's talking about the God particle and then the sound frequencies of phosphate and
math.
Oxygen.
We talking about math.
And he know math like a mug. So when I seen that, why is that not back in hip hop?
Because nobody is taking. Well, it is actually.
Is KRS-One retired technically?
I was just about to say KRS-One. You got people like my son. Like you really have.
My son is nice,
but I'm gonna tell you what's missing with that. Like you can have, and this is where I have become valuable into the lane where I'm in.
Okay.
You have to be able to mix that understanding that you have with great music. It can't just be you're putting down shit and you're putting down great lyrics that just have whatever beat is going behind, because it don't work like that nowadays.
That's marketing. You really got to market.
Exactly. But a lot of that has to do with your soul. That's where evolution comes from. We evolve. So that's one thing that I know that I've always seen since I was younger. I've always been for the people that had good lyrics. I come from Alabama. So lyrics wasn't not a thing. It was all about
doing his thing right now.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Listen, because that's what I'm saying. This is the rules. Like the downside, we letting people know to come home. Like, and not, you don't necessarily have to like.
Well, I think all black folks know, like, as far as the African American is concerned, Mecca for us really in our heart is down south. Yeah, because when you go to family reunions, my family, Louisiana,
not even just down south, bro. Along
some
that
of the East Coast,
along that Mississippi
Chicago,
River, homie. Along that Mississippi. From what I heard. Like Chicago is the Mecca. You know what I mean? Memphis is is where the Memphite texts come from.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like from my understanding, you heard about the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
the pyramids.
It's been on Instagram for real. You'll catch it,
bro. Yeah. What about the trees? The mega trees.
Yeah.
The ones that look like mountains. They chalk them up as mountains, but they're actually they're actually
tree
trees.
Trunks.
They're tree trunks.
It would make sense because if the dinosaur, well, what we call dinosaurs, the lizards, which they call dinosaurs, were of gigantic size. Exactly. Why won't we see the plants like that too? Exactly. And you had big ass fish too. Why wouldn't we see the trees?
Exactly.
And then y'all admitted that the sunflowers were bigger, but y'all admit the trees was bigger.
That part, like, come on, man. Like everything was bigger. Everything was huge. That's what the
had more
came.
oxygen.
Yeah, exactly.
It would make more sense.
Exactly. Come on, bro. And that's what I'm saying. So these are things that we really like. We not even scratching the surface of for real. Because as a whole,
are you telling people to read and research?
Yes. I'm telling people, and don't get it twisted. I don't want to tell everybody to follow me. I'm the guy for that. No, right? Because I'm not. I'm just doing what I know I'm called to do, and what I know I'm called to do. I have a great level of discernment, so I can understand and I can kind of see the real from the fake. And sometimes it may take a little while, but I try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
All right, so check this out. Let them know the Instagram name so they really can listen to you.
It's Official P Smoove. Official P Smoove. P Smoove spelled PSMOOVE. So it'll be OFFICIALPSMOOVE. Official P Smoove. Power to the people.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about a lot of things. I hope you enjoy. It's your boy HOVV, Green Lounge LA, Mad Boots Entertainment, and Angel Clubhouse Empire. Hope you enjoyed today's show. We appreciate, love you.